Okay, I think I'm live, and here I go again with this camera thing. I can't focus on this dock, so I like looking at my face on the screen. So if I pop back over here like I'm looking at the screen, I'm sorry. I like looking at myself to make sure I'm covered. So the title of this was relationships. Like I said, I've been coming to you with different, just day by day things and starting to share, open the pill to my orange to share with you about myself and some life journeys. As you can see, my shirt out. Do not judge me. I have makeup on here. This is one. I cannot wear white shirts or ivory shirts and none of that. So this will be my last time wearing this shirt with makeup. Now I'll wear it again without makeup. Doesn't matter what it is. And my dad made some barbecue, so you already know I got some ketchup or whatever on my shirt always. I love to feed my shirt. So anywho, I'm coming to you about relationships and what I want to talk about in this video. It doesn't matter with me. Let me start from the beginning. Me converting over to Christ, I've noticed, and me wanting to walk with God and in His, the path He has set for me, I've lost, or I feel like I've lost a lot of things along the way. Whether it be family relationships, it be friendships, it can be different acquaintances. I used to kick it with, but a lot of that stuff has changed for me, which is, you know, in the long run, as where I'm at now, I can't see myself turning back. Things that I've let go, friendships that I let go, family ships, that I've put aside. I'm okay with that. And most people say, well, that sounds kind of cruel, because, people that you've known all your life, your family, people that you have grown up with, people that you may have been acquaintance with or friends with or family friends with for over, 20 years, with people. To me, it's never the length of time about any relationship. And that goes for anybody. I mean, even my mother knows. It doesn't matter if it was my own mother and she birthed me. If it's time to cut a relationship off, that's just where it's at. And definitely walking this path, I can't, go back to how I used to be and the carnal thinking and the worldly thinking. Because I'm in transformation of that. I'm still have a lot of my carnal ways that I'm trying to shed away, and it's going to take some time, and I can't have the things that I used to do or the people I used to hang with that's still the same continue to go forth with me. I have to be able to go forth by myself, and in this journey, like I said, whether it's losing all kinds of relationships, I have to just drop it. Even me seeking relationships to have a man in my life or whatever the case is, I'm done. I shouldn't have been never chasing no man anyways, first of all. Secondly, if it's not ordained, it's not really going to be the best of things anyways. You're going to have a big struggle. Something good could come out of it. Most times not. But anyways, so, recently I have reflected, like, man, I'm lonely. I'm by myself now. But, I think about it. I prayed for this, 2, 3 years ago. I prayed, even though I was not in the church, I prayed that God would, cleanse me of all, negative and toxic relationships. I wanted to be able to be alone so I'm able to think and rebuild myself emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physical health. I wanted the whole nine to be able to repair myself, to be able to serve, whether it was serve God or serve the world or whatever His purpose He had for me, so that I can, go forward and be healthy and get things together. And like I said, as of now, I still have health struggles, but it's getting a lot better from where I was, a lot better. I'm a little more outgoing compared to where, when my anxiety was eating my life away, my depression was keeping me closed in. And don't get me wrong, I still have my days where I just want to be in the house, in the bed, and I don't want to go nowhere. So I still have my days, but the days that I'm required to go worship and go study, I love it. And it's not just a requirement to me. Most people say, oh, I have to go study. It's more, I want to. It's never a forced thing for me. I love going to study. I love hearing the word. I love getting new knowledge, because it's not just gaining knowledge about God, but I'm getting knowledge about myself, what He knows already about me, to better myself. So I love this going period. It's just, inspired and getting to see my sisters and brothers and being uplifted and, things like that. But I just, look back, I was like, wow, I don't have any friends. I don't hang out with anybody. I don't have any really close-knit relationships anymore, because I've decided to leave those, and God has decided to help me remove those that don't need to be there. And I see the distance sometimes with me and my family, not on an emotional basis, because I still love them. That's always going to be. But on the aspect of me being controlled and being subservient to my family and me, that kind of thing, I no longer have that kind of connection, and I'm okay with that. As far as my extended family members, like cousins and aunts, I really don't hear from many people like that anyway, so it's not like I have to deal with them on a regular. So I'm good with the distance that I have with them already set, anyways. And being able to start over again and meet new people and possibly build myself a family, I get to set boundaries, because I was a person that was never good at setting boundaries. So some people felt like, they might not consider it disrespect because we've known each other for a long time, making jokes or picking fun or just being straight out, rude and not tactful in how they talk to you, even if it may be correct information. Is how you treat people and how you talk to people. Would you accept, if I pulled a you on you, would you accept it? Is my whole new thing. But also my other thing is, I have to walk as Christ. I have to be able to forgive people, forgive myself, and not hold any judgments or grudges or anything of that nature. Which normally I'm a person, even though I used to say I don't really forgive, but really I do, because I might blab about a situation for a second, but then I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? It's done deal, wrap. It's already, whatever happened has already happened. So it's done. It's a wrap. But onto my whole grudges. And sometimes if I expect somebody that's been close to me, if somebody's been really, really close to me, you've seen what I think has gotten on my skin that I gotta learn to fix is somebody that's been close to me, like I'm saying. I know I keep repeating myself, but they've seen what you've been through. They see what other people have put you through. They've seen your struggles. They heard your cries. They've seen your tears. They let you lean on their shoulder to cry, but then turn around and do the same thing to you, what the other people have done to you. That right there digs so deep under my skin. It was like, that's when I know I got some growing to do, because it's like, you've seen what I've been through, you know what I've been through, and then you turn around and do the same thing and don't help me improve myself, don't help me better myself. It's one thing to check me, but if you don't give a solution to how I can become better, like a real solution, not because it's your, just not because it's your opinion, you're bitter at the moment, not with your emotions, but with sort of with logic. But then again, to think about it, the friends I have were more on the worldly end. Not many or not any of my friends or past friends were spiritual. I would say not many, maybe a couple are spiritual. Because like the longest relationship I think I have right now, as far as friendship wise, is a friend that I've known for 6 years, 6, 7 years now. And that's okay, because like I said, it doesn't count the years. To me, it's more about the quality of your relationship, how that person treats you, what that person, does for you, and selfishly not having, not one piece of them thinking, I should have a piece of this, or I can have a piece of this too, while you have a piece, or somebody that wants to benefit because you're benefiting, or, complete I'm self-sacrificing. I'm not going to ask that of anybody else, but I don't want any friends who are not close to it. You know, you have to have the people that, oh, I'll do for you, but then they'll sit there and complain the whole time or have an attitude about it, like, well, this is taking too much of my time, that kind of person. I'm done with those kind of people. I cannot do it. I'm just done with the takers. I'm a giver, and I'm not always expecting anybody to give me nothing in return, but hell, at least appreciate it. At least, don't continue to take, especially, I don't have. That's another thing, too. I can see taking from somebody who came from nothing. Even if you had something, even if you were a millionaire, I could never look at my friend and say, hey, give me a chunk, or you can do this for me and do that for me. Heck no. Absolutely not. But that's just the type of person I am. And, being surrounded by, family and friends and people, acquaintances who are used to coming from a background environment of getting it how you get it by any means kind of people, that come from the same environment that I've come from. And there's no judgment on anybody, but, they do the best that they know. Once you know better, you do better. But, coming from the people that come from that kind of environment, get it how you get it and enjoy your moment how you get it at the expense of somebody else's emotions or feelings or livelihood. If somebody else's money, then, my thing is, that's just wrong. It's completely wrong. Because me too, when it comes to, and definitely when it comes to money with family and friends, I tell people, definitely when it comes to borrowing, because I'm not going to say I'm not a borrower, because, I have in the past. And if I'm ever in need, currently I know that I can. But here's the thing, when you're dealing with money and friends and family, you have to make a choice between the money and your family and friends, because business is business. Family relationship should be separate. Friendship should be separate from money. Not saying you shouldn't treat each other, you should, but there's a point where it gets kind of outrageous on what you do for people. And I was outrageous on what I do for people, very outrageous. And I don't count favors, people that know that about me. And that's one thing I'm afraid, because people know that about me. So when people feel something about you or can tell something about you or know about you, they use it to their advantage eventually, depending on what type of people you're dealing with. So my thing is, it is some kind of quote that I saw. You either choose your friend or you choose that money. You either choose your family or you choose that money. And if you choose that money, just know that you're losing a friend or a family member or somebody close to you that may care. So, that's one thing I mentioned. I just don't, so building the new friendships, I'm able to put boundaries down and not be so, I'm trying to get out of being afraid, because I'm so afraid that somebody's going to take advantage of me, or use me, or, for anything, any kind of reason. And definitely right now with my church, like I said, I do different videos for them. I put his sermons together, and I do that because I'm serving the Lord, not just for him personally, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not doing him a favor and not doing the church a favor. I'm doing God a favor and glorification of him. So that's the reason why I put the sermons together, and it gives me something to do. He keeps my hands busy. It's something that I'm skilled at until, he pushing me to do something else. But I love what I'm doing for them. It doesn't bother me to do what I'm doing for my congregation, my sisters and brothers, and edification, of them, encouragement for them, so they're able to continue to listen to the studies and listen to God's word. So, like I said, the friendships I'm building now, and it's not just through church friends, it's other acquaintances outside of the church that, still people with different backgrounds that are not always from taking something from you or always looking for something from you. It's different kind of friends that, will want to, like I said, edify you, make you better. What skill set? You don't have that skill set? Let me teach you about it. It's never that, what I'm saying? And we all look out for each other, and it's never tit for tat. It's not, oh, I did it this time, so you do it this time. It's never none of that kind of relationship, and I love it. I'm loving a new relationship that I'm developing, and like I said, I just can't see myself rewinding and going back to old friendships and old family ships that are toxic. I can't see it. At the time when I was in those relationships, to be honest and be fair, I didn't recognize it as being toxic. But I realized that sometimes my energy was drained, and sometimes I felt bad, or was wearing a fake smile just to keep facing, to keep surviving, because I came from emotional, abusive relationships. So I'm a person who apologizes a lot. I'm a person who tries to compensate and please people so that I can keep things balanced for myself. And I like harmony. I don't like I don't like confrontation. So for me, having to address the issue, it just takes time for me, because I'm not confrontational. I'm not a person who wants to argue. I'm not a person who likes chaos. I might have chaos in my head, or arguments in my head, or disagreements in my head, how I picture the conversation. But it's not, they go to a person face to face. I'm not like that. It has to be something that really has to be addressed. I used to be aggressive, aggressive and passive aggressive sometimes. And that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel right in my spirit. Definitely after it, sometimes like, oh, I got on that person. I went off on them. You think you all good. You feel great. After the day was over, my thing was like, if I didn't leave people in peace, I'm not going to bed in peace. You know what I'm saying? Arguing people, going through the whole rigmarole. I don't miss none of that. I don't miss arguing. Oh, my eye was watering. I don't miss any of that. As I say, I see my eye. But anyways, so I don't miss those kind of things. And I don't miss somebody putting me down. I don't miss anybody belittling me. I don't miss anybody emotionally manipulating me, because I dealt with a lot of manipulators, a lot of narcissistic people. That's what I should say. Because I'm a deep emotional person, I've dealt with a lot of narcissistic people. And, I was talking to a friend, and she said it's not that you attract narcissistic people. It's just some things that I have accepted from people that is not normal behavior, that I shouldn't. If I known that it's, understood that it's not normal for to behave that way, I would have cut ties a long time ago with people. But being the fact that I considered it to be normal for people to put me down, or one that's telling you the truth, but in a nasty way and with, their own deep down rooted emotional issues and from a place from insecurity of their own, how they, input. I thought that was, normal. I'm like, okay, well, you're just keeping it real with me. Mm-mm. So that's one thing I think, putting the boundaries down, and people look at me like I'm different. Even my family, they're like, why are you so different now? But people are not. When you start changing, converting, coming to Christ, and you start changing life, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you think, different mindsets, people get upset with that because, oh, you're not the same person I used to be able to manipulate. You're not the same person that used to hang out with us and be able to chill and do whatever, be down for this, that, and the third. You're going to lose a lot of people. But then I thought today, I posted a few posts a couple of days ago, and I said, but is it really a loss? Because, not after being baptized, I put on a new cloth, new body in Christ, and, put on a new spirit within me, and outside of me, my walk is going to be different. Like I said, I'm still a sinner. I still have a lot of lessons to learn. I'm still immature. I need to mature a lot, you know what I'm saying? But that's part of the process. You don't have to go into a congregation already knowing things. You're going to learn along the way and have your own bumps, and everybody's path is different, but we're going to the same destination, So for me, like I said, it's just a lot of things I had to let go, and I can't think about people thinking I'm weird or thinking I'm different because of that. Yes, I am different, and I'm gonna continue this journey, and I'm not stopping for nobody. I've done it in the past, because of selflessness and self-sacrificing. I didn't want to lose family ships. I didn't want to lose family approval. I didn't want to lose friendships or friendship approval. Hanging on to men that needed to be let go some time ago, kind of thing. I've let go of a lot of things. So I know I've been rambling in this video, but like I said, sometimes I hope that this is helpful to people. Hope you can get encouraged. Just keep pushing. Definitely, if you're on the path to Christ and sticking, by the path and living by God's word, stay encouraged. Try to keep motivated. Stay in your studies. Try to fellowship and reach out, even if it's to one of your sisters and brothers. Try to reach out and talk to someone and encourage them, and hopefully they can encourage you back. If you're not in the church and you're still in the world, you're going to have a tough time, of course, but still look for people that are ready. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, motivate you, and want to see you do better, want to edify you and push you the same as much as they want to push them, just as much as they want to push themselves. You have to surround yourself with better people, because even you have the people that make jokes about you, and it's the kind of like a jab, it's like a little jab, but oh, they're just joking, so I don't take it serious. Those things can add up to you over the years, and that stuff will hit you hard. So you have to think about who you surround yourself, who you let drain your energy, who that really has your best interest in mind. Whether it's family or friends, like I said, if somebody has your best interest in mind, their interest never comes into play. Their own motives never come into play. Their own wants and needs never come into play to discourage you from yours or to move you off of your path. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody says. If you have a real true family or friends, they're going to want to see you do better for yourself, not with their emotions or their feelings or their insecurities inserted whatsoever. So stay motivated, loves, and keep pushing. And I hope, like I said, you got something for this. I'll probably record again this week before next Sunday. So let you know how the midweek's going. You already know how it goes. But all right, y'all have a great end of your Sunday.